Hello and welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany. Hello there, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you are comfortable, that you have something to drink in reach and possibly some crochet and knitting in your lap, and let's go. Today I have for you 2 works in progress, which are crochet, and a little bit of a wrap up on my, Viva la Vida shawl, which I forgot to show you, and also incoming yarn and another shawl, which you already see in the background. So let's start with works in progress. First of all, let me update you on my Victorian Fro, or Victoria, what's the pattern called? This is a brilliant start. The pattern is a crochet pattern by Jen Tyler, who is the floral hook, and I believe it's the Victoria Fro. Victoria. Pretty sure it's Victoria. So this is a crochet blanket or a fro, and I've made some progress since last time. Last time I believe I've been about here, and since then I've made the Celtic border in between, and now I'm working here on this section. I'm working with cotton yarn, which is not the usual yarn which she is using in her projects. She is suggesting to use acrylic yarn, which is very suited for a blanket project because you can wash it easily. But I just loved the colors which I had in cotton yarns, and I also love the drape. This is going to be very heavy, and I haven't woven in any ends yet. If you're easily shocked, then look away just now. Yeah, but it's like looking under the skirts of a woman. You never do that, so here's the pretty version. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. I hope that, I'm not going to repeat this color too much because this is kind of a contrast in it, but I'm going to go for these muted browns like I did here and there, and then I'm going to move over to the blue and lilac again further out. This is a pattern, what can I say? The designer is South African. Jen has numerous patterns, and I believe that each weekend she's giving out a special on one of her patterns. Sometimes it's a free pattern, it's always a code, and sometimes you get it half price or you get 2 for the price of 1, things like that. And I'm a huge fan. So I highly recommend her patterns. They all come with a video tutorial. Or actually plenty of video tutorials. Yeah, I'm happy. You have to trust the pattern designer, because particularly in this section here, it started to kind of the row gauge of mine was a little bit off, I believe, but also she has, you can see it in her video tutorials, this was like coming up a little. And then she remedies that with the next round. So always trust the designer in this case. Now and then there are independent rounds, like the flowers here. These were independent rounds before we joined them again to the blanket up in this round here. And so many new variations of stitches and where to work into and what to work into the stitch or around the stitch, or even somewhere completely unexpected where you never poked your hook in before. So I highly recommend this adventure of crochet. That's my progress so far on the Victorian Fro. Then the Gift of Christmas crochet along has started. It's a free pattern by Anita. I will try to remember to link it down below, but if you look for the Gift of Christmas Cal with a C, then you're going to find it as well. And Black Sheep Wool is selling kits for this Cal. It's another blanket with a Christmas theme. And she has two choices. Black Sheep Wool has two choices for the kit. One is for more modern colorways and the other one is a more vintage colorway. So I have chosen to choose some Stylecraft Special DK yarn, which is 100% acrylic as well, but they had nearly the same colors. And every week we get the new tutorials. And let me show you what I've done in week 1. So this is week 1. We are making parcels, and these are going to be joined in the last week, I suppose. So this is what I've done in week 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 squares, and they're all the same pattern. So after 8 times doing the same thing in different colors, you're looking forward to do the next week's squares, and this is very enjoyable. It's not difficult at all. So the most difficult part is to pick up stitches along the edge here, which isn't that difficult either, because in crochet, if you are working into the side of a stitch and it's a single crochet, we're talking about US terms here, even though the pattern is written in UK terms, so you have to pay attention. But I'm now describing to you in US terms what you're doing. So if you have a single crochet, then you work one stitch into the side of a single crochet. If you have a double crochet, you're working 2 into the side of a double crochet. And if you have a half double crochet, well, then you have to do 1.5. You kind of spread them evenly across. And anyway, here are the sides are only single crochets in this area, and sometimes, yeah, only single crochets in this bow area. And here on the side you have to not pick up any stitches, but somewhere you have to pick up stitches. Where was it? I forgot. But there are only single crochets and double crochets to work into those. So it's all described in the pattern, which you can download for free. So this is progress 1 week, first week that is, and this is the second week. And in the second week we're doing the same squares, except this time there are stripes. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4 of these, and they are exactly the same size as those from week 1. And then we also do 3 sideways parcels with a bow. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So I've got these as well, done and dusted. So now I'm waiting for the 3rd week to be published. I very much enjoy this pattern. It's an easy project, and it's totally doable to do these squares in a week easily. I did mine on 2 evenings, and I have to work usually, so it's a really, really easy project. And so yes, that's something for a beginner as well, I would say. And I'm working with a 4mm hook. Just read that in my notes here. So that's that, my project. Now I believe that you expect me to show you my progress on the Knit Along by Stephen West. And to my shame, I must admit that I haven't even started. My shoulder was aching, okay? But also, I really enjoyed the simplicity of these crochet squares. This is much more relaxing than knitting would be for me, because I'm not a good knitter, not yet at least. What I did do was to wind up these 2 colors, because I thought I would try a crochet version of a current MCAL by Stephen West. And so I've made 3 little elements here, and this is just the beginning where I started, because I actually joined them together. I worked in between, and I really had a very long beginning of a shawl already in crochet. But then I realized that I wasn't enjoying it, so I frocked it back. And these are the 3 elements which I kept. Not sure if I will frock it, because the yarn is not that much in here, and I might use it for some project in the future. And this yarn will have to become something different. Now, let's do some finished object. I've shown it to you before, even though I hadn't finished it. And this is my Frida or Viva la Vida shawl. I've added some additional flowers up here, and I've fixed the letters to the background with some more flower elements. So this is something which is new. Some bigger flowers here. And so this is definitely now finished. Finished. It is quite colorful, and well, I won't be wearing it at work. Can't see me going to the supermarket wearing this. So when will I ever wear it? I don't know. But it does have the tendency to keep me warm if I ever go cold on the shoulder area. I don't know. It was just a fun project with leftover yarn. And yeah, I don't know. Where would you ever wear something like that? Never. Maybe at a yarn convention, when you can have some fun with your crazy projects. Yeah. Anyhow, so this is finished. Let's move on to incoming. So I've got some yarn. This is from a French indie dyer, Laine d'Ursula. So that is called the wool from Ursula. Tanned à la main, hand dyed en France, in France. This is 85% merino and 15% neon, Donegal superwash, and it's fingering weight 100 grams equals 400 meters, and the colorway is called Iris. So I've got 2 of those. This is a kit for Stephen West Go-Go Dynamo shawl, which I still have to start. And I actually already have yarn for that. Not even the apricot color one, but the blue one, which I've shown you from das Mondschaf. But you know, you get tempted when you get these colorful, wonderful colors here. And then to go with this, as a contrast color, is colorway is called, does it have a name? Let me see. There is something. Sable. Yeah. Is that sand? I believe it's sand. And it is beige, but it has these neon fluffy bits, which I really, really love. So beautiful. Also hand dyed. And when I saw this in her shop, oh, this is going to be beautiful, whatever this will become. Can't decide. So this is, I will link her shop down below. She's on Etsy, she's in France. She's having beautiful yarn and affordable yarn. So highly recommend. And then you might remember, sorry about the crinkling, you might remember that I ordered 13 Days to Halloween from das Mondschaf, and it has arrived. But I had expected that it would be in individual little parcels, so I wouldn't see the colorways. But no, it came in a plastic bag and you can see everything. So if you've ordered it and you haven't opened it all yet, close your eyes, look away. I'm going to show it to you as it came into my post box. It is beautiful yarn, but I would have preferred it to be in individual little paper bags so that I wouldn't get spoiled by opening my parcel. Yeah, so this is, however, very beautiful. I've got a project in mind for this, or parts of this, and oh, let me show you. Just hang on. You know, I've got my calendar from last year, my agenda, which I never used properly, I never do, but I recently cut out all the newspaper bits from, or magazine bits, with recipes and images and advices, and I write poems in here and yeah, things like that. And there is a, let me just find it right here. I put it in here, there, this one there, That's a knitting pattern for a hat, and I think you could very well do it as a cowl as well, like they did done here. So this is a plan for that yarn. I think that's manageable. It's written in German, so yeah. You basically, for the hat, you take you cast on 88 stitches with a 4 size needle, whatever that is, needle size 4 or 5. And when you close to a round and you make a ribbing, a 5 centimeter ribbing with 2 by 2 rib, and then you, in the last row of ribbing, you increase by 22 stitches evenly. Oh, I hate these instructions, which are very short because they have to fit in a magazine. And then you take your bigger needle, a 5er needle, and then you make 4 rounds right knitting and 4 rounds left knitting. So that's 4 rounds of knit stitch and 4 rounds of purling. And then you repeat these 4 times. And then you start decreasing. But yeah, this is obviously not my pattern, so I can't give it all away. But this is what I'm going to try to make with it. Yeah. If you're interested in this book here, then I can give you a full tour sometime, because I've got stories here about the Brothers Grimm fairy tales, recipes, as I said, and Victorians, the Age of Discovery, and just pretty pictures. So yeah, that's my plan for that Halloween yarn. As I said, beautiful, beautiful yarn. Just a tinge bit of disappointment because I saw it all right away. That wasn't the point of getting a Halloween advent calendar. So yeah, that's that. I have ordered proper advent calendars with 24 little mini skeins for each of the 24 days of December until Christmas from 2 dyers, Frieda Fuchs and Kraken Yarns. Kraken is that's a Cthulhu theme, you know, the horror story by Lovecraft. And the other one, Frieda Fuchs, I actually forgot what the theme is. I have to see, but it's I'm going to share it anyway. You're going to see it as well. And so plenty more new yarn, even though my cupboard is full, but it just gives me joy. Yeah, so what else incoming? That's another Stephen West design, and the Stephen West pros amongst you will have already seen what it is. Let me take it off now. This is the Starflake Shawl by Stephen West. It's a grey and camel beige colored version, and I'm loving it. I think this is the favorite design. One of them, I suppose. Yeah, so this is the same designer who made this Vertices Unite. She is in France. This is the smaller version of a Vertices Unite, which I'm wearing, or was wearing, because now I'm putting on the Starflake for you. And this is a really beautiful, beautiful shawl in knitting. One day, I tell you, but only if I actually start training and doing my knitting projects as I want to make them. So this is brioche knitting. Lots of it. Lots of it. If you are making this right to the end, you are going to be a brioche professional. I love that the original sample he's showing is a blue and blush colored version, and I really like the simplicity of the colors in this one. It shows off, it has enough contrast so that it shows off the design, but it's not too much colorwise, and this is just beautiful. So again, I'm very happy that this knitter was willing to part from her shawl. I didn't ask her to, I'm just following her shop updates. So this was sold for 50 euros. Okay, this yarn, it's acrylic, I believe. But nevertheless, this makes it washable. I think it looks beautiful. It has a lovely drape. Nothing against... I'm not a yarn snob, you see. I do like really beautiful hand-dyed yarn, but acrylic yarn also has its advantages, cost-wise, washing-wise, but this came as is, and I'm happy to own it now. Very happy, more than happy. I was looking out for especially this shawl for quite a while now, and now it's mine. So let's chat a little. Well, I'm on leave at the moment. I've got 2 full weeks of leave, and I've got some traveling planned ahead. Just a few nights away, and I'm going to be in 3 places I'm going to be in 3 different hotels. I'm sure I will share some of my adventures with you, but I don't want to talk too much about it beforehand. So I hope that you enjoy virtual traveling, and I'm going to take you along. Expect, if you want to expect something, then expect old towns with old timber, really old world charm, and we're going to be at a wine hotel, and we're going to be at historic places, and maybe even a little castle surrounded by a water moat, and there's going to be romantic views and some antique shops. And obviously, if I see yarn anywhere, I'm going to show it to you. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Today, though, we just were lying around on the sofa. We were enjoying ourselves, that we are off and that we are relaxed, and we don't have a schedule for today. Even filming this today was spontaneous. because I don't have anything finished, but I thought you might enjoy my works in progress at the moment. I haven't been taking part in any online Zoom meetings or anything like that because I've been busy, and I just wanted to wrap up a few things work-wise. Last night I've been at a concert, which was wonderful. It was Irish folk, and the group is called, now I hope that I pronounce it correctly, DMCHA. Uh, Goytse. It's Irish, I believe. So if I pronounce it incorrectly, which I probably do, please excuse me. And they are playing Irish folk songs. Some were Scottish, and it was really amazing. Each of them were masters of their instrument. There was a baron player, which is a goat drum, which you are holding in your hand sideways, and then you have a what's it called? A wooden stick, which you use to play the baron, the drum. And then there was an accordion player. He also played the organ, piano organ. His playing of the accordion was mind-boggling. I can put in some scenes here, but without the music, obviously. So let me just, I will make like a split screen, and then you can see us playing without the sound, and I just keep on talking, right? And then there was a guitarist. He was from Philadelphia in the US, and there was a mandolin player. His name was Alan. He lives in the Burren area in the west of Ireland. One of his songs, he was composing most of his songs, and one of the songs was about a cave of running horses, which was really, it was a really magical story how he came to write this song. The Burren is an area of, well, how to, maybe you Google it. It's lots of, it's a wild area, a national park, I believe, and it's lots of rock formations on the ground. And through millions of years, the water has cut through these rocks, and there are streams underneath the rocks, and it's really unique. And there are caves as well, so if you have at least 3 weeks of dry weather, you can go into the caves. Not when it's raining, because it's dangerous, the caves get flooded. But if you are able to go into the cave, then you can hear the water dripping down, and it sounds apparently like a group of horses running and like galloping the hooves. And yeah, they were telling a bit about the background of each song. And yeah, the baron player was called, his name was John, and the accordion player was Danny. And then they had a singer, not their usual singer because she just got a baby. The singer last night was Joanna. She is usually performing with a group On to the Fox, I believe. She was wonderful. Her violin playing was so beautiful and enchanting, and I was fascinated. Again, you can see her now on the split screen, I hope, if I manage. And also her singing was very beautiful. She has a lower voice range than the usual singer of a group, and I was quite thankful for seeing her performing. That might sound odd, but I was very happy that she jumped in and was taking over during the 3 weeks of their concerts in Germany. So I prefer her darker, deeper voice. Yeah, that was last night, and I hope I didn't catch the cold from the person sitting right next to me. She was coughing into my face more than once. Ugh. I'm not a people person, but the concert was worth it. Yeah. What else is new? I bought an old fairy tale book. It's the original from the 1920s. And then I found out that it's a whole series, and they actually reprinted these in a fairy tale book compilation from the 1980s, which is now sold in antique bookshops as well. And I was able to get a copy of that on top of my original 1920s fairy tale book. The original I've got in a cupboard in a display, but this is here. The outer cover is missing, but this is now the 1980s version, and well, I can't really show it to you properly, but I will try my best. Maybe you can see it if I do it like this. There are beautiful graphics, illustrations in here, and really love those. And I actually and I saw quite a lot of spinning in here. I mean, spinning was part of life back in the days when they were collecting these fairy tales. And yeah, you know, like this one here with the where the sister is spinning the nettle fibers for making the shirts to disenchant her brothers, who were turned into ravens. And here's one with a spindle and a bear. Schneeweißchen und Rosenrot. Snow White and Rose Red. The original one which I got is this one here. Frau Holle. Frau Holle is an old Nordic goddess, in German mythology at least. The illustrations are beautiful. Again, the spindle here, a drop spindle. There, the little red one is a drop spindle. So I love old books. I hope you don't get bored when I show you these things as well. They have nothing to do with yarn or crocheting or knitting, just whatever comes to me. Grimm's Märchen. If you're interested in this book, you can still get it in antique bookshops, and it's the Arena Verlag, Edition Pop, Würzburg, and it's the ISBN number 3-88155-102-6. Oh, it's printed in the German Democratic Republic in 1982. Now you know. And these are the reprints of fairy tale stories which were originally published in 1904 until 1922. and they are in the German State Library in Berlin, the originals. And one of those is also in my cupboard. That's all from me for today. I hope that I will be able to catch up with your own podcasts. And if you are still thinking about starting your own podcast, then please just do so. It's the perfect pastime. And I would be the first to subscribe to your channel. I'm always looking forward to your new projects, and you are all a true inspiration. May it be your projects, your podcasts, or your comments. So thank you. Thank you for commenting as well. I'm aware that I haven't been very good in replying to comments lately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I hope that it didn't put you off commenting. I hope to be better with replying. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, the rest of it, that is. And whatever you're doing, enjoy it. And I am now going to make myself a cup of tea. And I'm going to write something into my book. I'm going to write into my book a saying. And that is, we're always thinking about what we are missing and not enough about what we already have. So this is very true. When you have something, you must appreciate it. May it be a person or your health or simply the time to be crafty and make the most of it. And otherwise, trust your journey. Enjoy your life, your day, your weekend. And I'm going to see you soon again. This was weirdly philosophical. Have fun. See you soon. Bye.